Good evening everybody and welcome to a little impromptu stream. We are here with game 4. Hopefully everybody can hear me now because I'm not sure, not overly convinced I was quite live. Let me just see if I can see on Twitch. Okay, so now it thinks I'm live. Good. Welcome. Hello, Bitty Bumbo. Hopefully you can hear me. Everything's coming through okay. This is Sif Taker Tim back with Game 4 of England versus Philippines. I had hit the live button very short, a little while ago, but yeah, for whatever reason didn't work out. But here we go. So Game 4, England are currently 2-1 up with Tom Veal winning his match 24-21 versus TMT last night. So very close game. Jack and Raymond for us playing now. Both players are set up. So we're still playing Chance Engagement. Jack is running Galactic Empire for England on the left hand side of your screen, and Raymond is running Rebels on the right hand side. We do have betting is open, so what I'll do is let me just do the close and reopen just so that you can all see the command. There we go. So we'll keep that open till we get some shooting, roughly about 10 minutes, so feel free to bet and back your champion. But yeah, should be another good game. Obviously, could be potentially biased, being the England captain, but I will try and be as impartial as possible. I will say from the start, if you come back in about 5 hours, we have the deciding match of Wales versus Ireland, who are currently tied 3-all. So players have started, so start a timer, turn 1. Looks like Raymond is first player, and we'll talk about lists very shortly. But yeah, exclamation mark bet, space 1 for Jack on the left, 2 for Raymond on the right, and then the amount you want to bet. You can type all if you wish. Raymond's Rebels very much occupying that bottom right hand corner, and fun enough, the Red Academy has said I don't want any of this and is turning away. We'll have a quick chat about lists whilst the players play out turn 1. So Jack has brought build your own Darth Vader, basically spending additional force to do extra actions. He's got brilliant evasion so that if he's not in the bullseye he can spend a force to modify 2 focus results and turn them to evades. Fire control system so he doesn't have to spend his target lock, and afterburners for that post speed 3 to 5 maneuver. He can do a boost action twice a game. Hey, Dan Affy's in chat. Welcome, Dan. We also have TIE Phantom Whisper. Whisper is after you perform an attack that hits, gain an evade token. Phantoms are obviously seeing a bit of a resurgence now that AMG had obviously re-released them. And so yeah, Fifth Brother is quite useful for getting those crit results, but we are playing Chance Engagement, so less important. Captain Kagi in the Lambda Shuttle. This is quite an interesting piece, and it might shut down some of this Rebel munitions, where Kagi can basically move all the target locks from a friendly ship at 0 to 3 to itself, potentially shutting down obviously some of the munitions. Carrying Palpatine crew, so basically a global force that any of his ships can spend once per turn. And then we got the ST-321 title, which is after you perform a coordinate action, you may choose an enemy ship at range 0 to 3 your ship you coordinate. If you do, acquire a lock on the ship ignoring range restrictions. And then just 2 basic academies, both with targeting computers. Probably just because of the single points. So we see the Rebels starting to move out a little bit. So what has Raymond got? So he's got Wedge with plasma torpedoes, with Hopeful and Predator. Wedge is reducing the agility of the target he shoots at, so could be quite annoying for anybody that gets hit by that plasma torpedo. Luke has got Ion Torpedoes and Chopper. Luke recharges force every time he's nominated as a defender. Iron torpedoes are quite an interesting choice. I'm not sure how the loadout works, but he's probably because he wants chopper. And chopper is action. Spend one non-recurring charge from another equipped upgrade to recover a shield. So basically spending those iron torpedo charges to regain shields. Or he can spend 2 shields to recover a charge on the torpedoes. So probably just using it for a bit of regen on Luke, I imagine. Arvel, nasty little A-wing, can basically partially execute boost actions and can attack at range 0 as if it's range 1. And with intimidation, enemy ships at range 0 roll 1 for your defense dice. So basically going to be looking to try and slam Arvel into other ships to again reduce the agility, which could also stack with wedge. So you could get, with wedge shoots, you could be -2 agility. Sabine Wren in the A-Wing, very much like a Fang fighter with the sort of Concordia face-off ability, but has clan training, Mandalorian optics, 2 charges to acquire a lock in something in your front arc in the system phase, and clan training is before you engage if you're not focused. If there's an enemy ship in your front arc at range 1, you may spend a charge to perform a red focus action. And then the kind of the battery behind this whole list, Aseg Tukatu in the K-Wing with Perceptive Co-Pilot Advanced Slam. Basically the Rebels can spend any of the K-Wing's focus tokens if it's within range 0 to 2. So that's a quick fire rundown of both players' lists. It looks like we are heading into turn 2. So we'll now start scoring chance engagement. The central objective. Each player will score 1 scenario point if they have a ship within range 2 of the centre, and they will score a bonus point if they score a point but their opponent doesn't. So it's quite a big one not to avoid not scoring, because it can snowball. We can see that Whisper has cloaked. I guess possibly might decloak forwards. May possibly stay cloaked this turn, we shall see. Flying into those obstacles might restrict the TIE Phantom a little bit about its decloaking options. And then the Rebels, as you'd expect Rebels to do, have gone fairly slow. Probably, I imagine, maybe Luke or Arvel trying to get range 2 of the central objective. I wonder what's Kagi's lane. I mean, that's looking fairly decent for Kagi if Kagi wanted to come into the centre of the board, or we just might see a hard 2 to the right, I guess. It certainly does dictate kind of where the Lambda shuttle's going. Sabine might go charging after the red ship, so it is now turn 2. Raymond is still first player, making my life easy so I don't have to update the overlay. Yeah, no, it'd be interesting actually. I'm not too sure on the stats of the event. I know that our Rebels isn't. So we have got Wedge, but we've gone for the Tom Veal's flying the Wolfaro Saw Gerrera list. So I think that's probably your 2 main Rebel archetypes, is if you've gone for the K-Wing battery, or if you've gone for the Wolfaro Saw Gerrera kind of version. I mean, I think generally, the game's in a pretty good place for list variety at the moment. Like, there is a lot of variation, even within the certain builds. You know, do you take Pops as your Y-Wing, or do you take, is it Avan is the other Y-Wing you could take? So there are some options on what people play around with. Do you take Wedge A-Wing? Do you take Wedge X-Wing? Okay, so Sabine hasn't decided to go chasing after the TIE Fighter. Boosting into the centre a little bit. Arvel, hard one. Not sure how close he is to the centre objective, so unless he's taken the evade. I wonder if he evade boosts and then he's got the focus from the K-Wing for defence. But Whisper didn't decloak, so most likely the Phantom will come into the centre. Kagi hasn't gone yet, so I think he goes after the K-Wing. Red stop, yep. Okay, so Lambda is just going to weigh up options and kind of hold the centre for a bit. Okay, so Luke has turned in, still got his wings closed. He's going to boost, so Luke's probably got the range 2 there. Yeah, Whisper's definitely going to have range 2 for the Empire, so that's safe. So just a white boost there. Whisper takes the evade and has got force and palp force as well, so a few options there. Yeah, definitely Rebels positioning to come in here. Might be a small problem for Vader, but he doesn't obviously have to commit this turn. 3 bank so far. Could afterburners, but might decide that that is absolutely fine. Decision, I guess, next turn is: do you do a 5 forwards, do you do a 1 forwards, do you do something else? But yeah, both players have range 2 of the central objective, and I don't believe there's going to be any shots. I guess Luke is probably the only one that may have a shot, because obviously Whisper can't shoot. I'll reopen betting as well, so if anybody hasn't bet, currently 5 people have bet on Rebels, 1 person bet on Empire, which I think was Dan. So last night I think we saw something like a 7-2 split on bets, and the 2 people who backed the Philippines, I think was it Renzus last night, they cleaned up with the old tokens. There we go. I would have thought have you not already bet yet, buddy? Because also you can only bet once, but bet one, or should have done. Look at Copper Blue with all those. There we go. So by watching the channel, you do get some of those bounty pucks to be able to do bets with. So I will close betting at the start of the next engagement. So the first engagement, I should say. So we're going to turn 3. Both players have scored a scenario point. So rich. If only there was some monetary value you could put with these channel points. Put a space in between bet and 1 and Caro, and that will work. Assume you got 200 points. Oh yeah, you got loads. You got loads. Bet it all. Don't hold back. So, what's this Lambda going to do? I think we're going to see a bank from the Lambda. I don't think a straight quite fits in there. I imagine a decloak right from Whisper. I think that looks fine. Maybe like decloak right, 1 bank. Vader's the interesting one, because it all depends how quickly Wedge has got, because that would be a real concern for me, how quickly Wedge. But importantly, Jack is first player. Possibly a bad turn to be first player, but we will see how that plays out. Yeah, betting on Scum. So we are going to see a decloak from Whisper. That looks like they've changed the button a little bit there. Okay, so it physically says what you've got, but yep, he can obviously check his position. He can always adjust it. Used to get the little blue silhouette or the outline. Gets his free evade from decloaking. I mean, I thought Luke was just range 2. But yeah. So, evade from yellow TIE Fighter. I mean, I'd almost be tempted to take focus tokens with the TIE fighters, because if the rebels are shooting your TIE fighters, you're probably doing okay. Sabine coming into the centre could try and get a block on Whisper, I guess. Yeah, if you take the focus tokens on those academies, then if they have their focus token come the engagement phase, they can just punch a bit harder. So an evade from Sabine, possibly contemplating the boost, or might also be a bit worried about getting range 1 of the TIE fighter. Looks like possibly thinking about boost right. Yep, boost right. Probably okay to escape next turn. It's going to be a little bit crowded, but should be okay. Arvol's 3 bank. So hopefully Vader hasn't done the 5 forwards, because that could be a spot of bother. Is it range 1 in arc though? That's the thing I was thinking about. Yeah, so you have to... oh no, I suppose you have to be in the enemy's front arc, so it is exactly like Concordia, isn't it? So range 1 front arc's not terrible. So yeah, probably range 2 there. Arvol's taking a focus. And K-Wings banking in and double focus. Not too unsurprising. Oh, 1 forwards. I thought he was just going to hit that gas cloud. That is sad lambda there. That's not very well deployed by Jack there. Possibly didn't look, could have gone a bit closer to that rock probably. I did think that that was a straight wasn't quite going to fit there. We've got the... wow, the 1 bank from Whisper isn't blocked. I mean, I don't know if that is good or bad, because you're not going to... I guess you're not going to barrel roll, but I mean, it gives you a slightly better... yeah, I suppose it does banish the locks. Yeah. But I'm not even sure if... oh, actually, that's a good point. So actually, does he care about the rebels' oh well, I mean, Luke's not be fine munitions. So Luke's opened his wings. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I suppose actually a gas cloud could at least cancel the target locks, because yeah, Luke's going to take a target lock here. At least then you don't allow them to take the locks. But I put probably would also have liked to have shot with the lambda. Yeah, wedge surely has got to be the priority for anybody, because just reducing the green dice is bad. Possibly thinking about Kagi, but I imagine Kagi's probably got range. An interesting rules interaction for sure. Do transfer all enemy locks from the chosen ships to you, and then the locks just get broken, I would have thought. So lock gets transferred, gets broken because of the gas cloud. Whisper and Darth Vader have locked Luke by the looks of things. So Vader's going to take a range 3 shot there. One blank so far, so fire control system to reroll the blank. And then, yep, spend a force, I imagine. So he did spend 1 force for the action. No, he spent the focus. And then gets the crit from advanced targeting computer. 3 agility for Luke at range, but double blank, it means Luke is going to lose 2 shields. So Wedge to shoot next, so he doesn't have a target lock, but he's got the focus from the K-Wing. Looks like Whisper is range 3 just. Yeah, range 3. In fact, we'll zoom in a little bit just so we can actually see. So, going to shoot Whisper at range 3 bullet sings. So, 3 dice from Wedge. Hit, eyeball, blank. Going to spend one of the K-Wing's focuses to make it 2 hits. 2 agility for Whisper because of the range. Wedge's ability. Spends Palp Force, spends his own evade. Takes no damage. So then Whisper will then shoot at Luke. So if this can hit, at least Whisper will get an evade token back. Hit crit so far. Spends a lock. Rerolls the blank. Oof, 2 and a crit. So this is going to be a crit going in on Luke. Oof, that's another blank. So that's hit crit onto Luke. 2 damage. What was that then? It's a fuel leak as well. Probably safe this turn, but you don't want a fuel leak when you got a TIE Advance knocking around. Or even 5th Brother, I guess. So fuel leak there. So Luke back into Whisper, range 2, gets 3 hits. Spends the evade, takes 1 shield on Whisper. Although there's not a lot else apart from Sabine that can shoot Whisper, so it is splitting the fire a little bit of the rebels. Arvel is going to fire a range 2 shot into Vader bullet sings for hit, eyeball, spins a focus for 2 hits. And spends a force, takes no damage on Vader. K-Wing has only got the 1 shot, range 3 into the Academy. Could spend the focus. I would be tempted. Oof, I was wondering about leaving it for defense because he's got an evade token, so the chance of doing any damage is low. It looks like Sabine's going to shoot next and doing clan training. Or attempting to do clan training, but Sabine is stressed, so I don't think she can do clan training. Yeah, perform a red action, so yeah, wouldn't be able to do it. Ooh, double blank out for Whisper though, so that is going to be half points on Whisper, 2 damage going in. This is where those focus tokens would be really nice now. So let's see, can we trigger the fuel leak? And he's got force. I mean, he's probably the best target. Sabine with the focus at the evade token. Probably not worth it. Nothing from red and yellow. It looks like the same target. 1 hit. Gets the evade, so Luke is fine. So that looks like we are going to have a point per player, so 4-4 going into turn 4. I think it's not terrible. I mean, Whisper can't cloak, so Kagi is now probably going to go 1 forwards and friendly bump. Might just be enough space, but where Whisper is going to stop Kagi just short of the next gas cloud at least. Unless he wants to do it, he might bank through the gas clouds. Yellow TIE Fighter could come in and be a pain. I'm not sure you want to block Arvel, but maybe a 5 forward is quite good. Try and get in front of some of those X-Wings. Possibly a 3 bank left might be better. Not entirely sure where Vader's going. Might try and do like a 5 forwards and just get past the mess of Rebels. Red TIE Fighter I think is fairly safe. Could just do a hard 2 left. Come round. But I think some nice positioning for both players there. Nice work for Jack getting rid of those target locks, just stunting that Rebel Alpha and putting some pressure on. Yeah, too hard from Kagi is also an option. He's only got 1 ion token, it looks like, so I don't think he's ionized. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. So if you're not aware, the XTC 2025 has kicked off. It's kind of like the World Championship or World Cup of X-Wing. There are 15 national teams playing. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get the 16th team. Serbia couldn't quite raise a team. So we are playing a double elimination knockout rather than the usual group stage, league stage. So this is round 1. France are on the bye as they won last year. England are playing Philippines this round, but you can check the if you do !XTC. No, it should be 2 hole left on Whisper. Starts with 3. Yeah, it's a shame Netherlands couldn't get 7 online players, but even if you could get, 5 or so, you could have got a few mercs in. Possibly even, I guess, a Serbian Dutch team could have been quite interesting. Getting you guys together. But yeah, !XTC in chat. I believe Germany have beaten Scotland. Wales and Ireland are currently tied 3-3. So if you come back in about 4 hours or so, 4.5 hours, we'll have the deciding match of Wales and Ireland. You can see how everybody else is doing. I think US Islands are at match point versus Canada. Brazil and Australia are 2-2. So it's great to see all the sort of teams, getting out there and sort of. I think the teams are majority of their nationals, which is really good to see. We know Brazil's had a, very strong X-Wing following, and it's great to see them obviously taking part in Australia as well. Mercs are always useful. Like Serbia had 5 players, and I could get Azagol, but they were like, if I suddenly gave them a couple of good Dutch players to help boost the team, I'm sure Serbia would have absolutely have taken part. And then, then we don't have a buy, and more people play X-Wing, which is always good to see. I mean, that's why we do it, isn't it? We all want to play games. Unless you're the non-playing captain and you put yourself on the bench. So yeah, I've not picked myself to play this year with the house move and other bits and bobs, and I've got a pretty strong pool of players to pick from. I decided not to pick myself. And betting's still open. Right, you got 30 seconds before I close betting. If you haven't bet already, I'm going to close that. It's pretty close. 5 bets for Jack, 7 bets for Raymond. As soon as they road roll, I'm going to close it. I mean, if you're Whisper, what do you do here on 2 hole? Do you hard 1 in, or do you perhaps look to disengage maybe? think Raymond has got some definite indecision on dials. He's changed quite a few, so we'll see if the changes work out well for him, or if it's one of those where you should stick with your gut. Is he ready? We all have those turns, don't we, where we're not quite sure, and it's like I could do this, could do that, and then you make one change, and then suddenly you have to change a load of dials. So possibly worried about getting blocked by other ships, I guess. If Kagi can do a manoeuvre that overlaps Sabine but not Whisper. Not sure if the 4 forward's white or not with the old Lambda. Oh, they've got 3 forwards, okay, so yeah. He can't quite clear Whisper, so I think taking the self bump there is not terrible. Because, you know, that range 1 front arc from the Lambda is pretty feisty. Possibly one final check of dials and we might just be there for turn 4. Dials all set again. I mean, this could be a really crucial turn. This could be the real mix. You know, maybe Arvel gets a block on Vader, and then suddenly Wedge is shooting Vader at -2 agility. Okay, Jack is first player again. Let's close that betting. I mean, I suppose also you got the coordinate from the Lambda as well, so that I don't know if there's any particular good options there. Sabine looking for a Mando Optics target lock onto Vader. Probably suggesting that she's going to do like a 2-bank right or something. Red Academy banks in, takes a focus. Yellow, yeah, Yellow did the 3-bank. I think that was a good manoeuvre. Not quite in front, but yeah, just going to be a bit of a pain. Takes an evade. So yeah, Sabine, 2-bank also, clears the stress. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess Arvel is just one of those ships that you just can't afford to not deal with. You know, if you know your ace is -1 agility and there's Wedge Antilles on the board as well. Yeah. So barrel roll left, which does fit. Doesn't need to take the focus because of clan training, so might hope that Vader gets blocked here. Arvel, hard one in. I think a focus boost from Arvel might be good because that stops that hard 1 turn from Whisper. Yep, so does exactly that. So K-Wing next. Ooh, K-Wing 1 banks in. That's interesting. Again, probably just trying to block routes and lanes that Vader could go in. Wow, the 1 straight does fit from Kagi. So clears the strain. I mean, how close is that? I mean, it might look like it's overlapping, but it definitely didn't come up. That was super close. TTS is basically you don't go by the graphics, you go by the text. So you do get the action. And I guess you could be range 0 and not overlapping. But yeah, TTS very much is, yeah, you don't go by the graphics, you go by the text. And that is the best way to be, because Obviously things could go wrong. Possibly considering some coordinates here. Could also be considering just taking target locks and stuff like that, but I guess he does get to get the free target lock, I guess, with the title. Be interesting, because I guess you could coordinate Vader in action and then... Oh no, he couldn't boost because it would be afterburners, wouldn't it? So... Okay, so going to coordinate a evade onto Whisper and give Arvel the target lock. Lock Arvel himself with the title. Whisper is blocked, but we'll take the red focus. Now Arvel can shoot into Whisper. All depends, I guess, where Whisper ends up. So Luke is flipping wings. Does a 3-bank away. I think Chopper is an action, isn't it? So spending a charge to regain a shield with Chopper. Still got fuel leak. Where's Luke? Got a shield back there and lost an ion torpedo. Yeah, I'm very interested to see where Vader ends up. And I guess he could have done like a... Could he have fit the Talon? And maybe afterburners back in? But I don't know what shots you get. Oh, nice. Okay. I don't hate that at all. You might still get hit by Wedge, but very much can take a few. So he's moved lock onto Arvel, takes a focus. I mean, that could save Whisper some pain. And it's a friendly bump for Wedge, so no action, but you got the focuses on the K-Wing and no damage. But he can take the range 1 shot there, but importantly, no shot from Luke, no shot from... Well, Sabine's only got the TIE Fighter, so that is splitting a lot of this firepower. And Arvel's going to take 2 4-dice shots here, which could be painful for the little A-Wing. Oh, and then Kaggi's just going to take Sabine Wren's target lock for what it's worth. Okay, hit crit, 2 eyeballs, spending the focus for 2 crits, 2 hits into Arvel. 3 evades, pretty good. Just going to lose the shield. I mean, I was going to say pretty important not spending the green token, but it's not a massive problem, I guess. So Wedge probably shoots Vader here. Range 1. Looks like this Predator. We'll have the focus on the K-Wing. 2 hits, 2 eyeballs. Spends a focus off the K-Wing to do 4. Vader blanks out. That is a big hit into Darth Vader. Down to 1 hull. That's a problem when you start losing green dice. But we'll see if Whisper's got a shot into Wedge. Could also take range 0 into Arvel. But maybe, I think, yeah, shooting Wedge. And it's a pretty decent shot into Wedge. 1 hit. Might hit. No. Gets the evade. No extra evade, unfortunately. So now Kaggi will have a go into Arvel and see if we can push some damage through. So 1 blank so far, 1 eyeball. Going to re-roll with target lock. Gets a hit. Going to spend the force for 3 and a crit into Arvel. He's probably going to want to spend a focus here. Could spend the K-Wing 2nd focus. So dodges 2, shield crit. Could still die to a direct. Fuel leak, so no real consequence. More importantly, Arvel can still shoot. Sabine next, range 2 shot into the evading TIE fighter. Hit crit. 1 evade, spends the evade token, absolutely fine. So it might be, can the K-Wing kill Vader? I think the K-Wing's now out of... Oh no, there's 1 focus token left. Arvel spent his own. Okay. I mean, surely Arvel has to shoot Whisper. 1 agility. Yes, it has the evade, but if he can get a full string, which he does, so yeah, Whisper dies. So 2 down there. And let's hope Jack doesn't also lose Vader, because that will be a horrible start, but not terrible to come back from. Oh, 2 hits and a crit. Vader needs all paint. Vader survives. Wow. I mean, that could have been a horrendous turn for Jack, but yeah, I mean, just surviving. So yeah, TIE Fighter with the focus is now going to take range 1 into Arvel for 2 and a crit. So let's see if we can pop an A-Wing. No, yeah, well, he got the 3 evades earlier, so the 3 blanks I think balances out, so Arvel goes. So their score's slightly off mine at the moment, so I will just speak to them quickly once the turn's done. So I think he may have rolled range 1. Is he range 1 of... Yeah, it's range 1 of Wedge as well. He's hopeful trigger. Hopeful. But blank out from Wedge, so shields down on Wedge. Let's just double check. So they've got 10-8. Oh, we're just going to jump in with them. I'm just going to mute you guys for 2 seconds. Cool. Nicely fixed. Yeah, basically they decided to halve the 6 points of Vader and both agreed that that was 2. So I very politely pointed out that it wasn't 2, and that's fine. Like, streamers aren't supposed to be interrupting, but I think knowing the correct score is important. So Illy can tell me off later if he wants, but I pause their timer so it doesn't affect the game, and if anything, it gets Philippines closer to the win. So I'm certainly not trying to favoritism to England. But anyway, 11-8. Vader surviving there is massive, because I think if Vader pops, that's a real uphill battle for Jack. So Kagi can do the red stop if he wants. Red could probably do a 2 forwards or something quite happily. Not too worried. I think... Do you attempt the Talon from Vader? I mean, if that comes off, then that works pretty nicely. Sabine's kind of blocked. I guess hard 2, hard 3 probably fits there. Be interesting to see where they go. But I mean, shields down the wedge is big as well. Who is he playing? You know what faction Tigris is playing? In fact, I can have a look in our pairings chat because Tigris is the captain. He is playing. He's playing Tom Veal, and nope, Mr. Veal won apparently 24-21. So very close game. I don't think he wasn't playing Ollie. I think Ollie is playing Ron Borgia, who is the CIS player. So yeah, Tom Veal, yeah. Apparently, I think he was saying he blanked out with Wedge and Arvel in the same turn halfway through the game, which definitely brought it a lot closer, but was just about able to hold on. But you know, the Philippines are good players. Like we've played them many times. I've played against the Philippines a few times, and you do not underestimate any of their players. Lovely guys as well. Really nice team to play against. So do appreciate obviously Philippines players. And so it's nice to be able to do this with the online X-Wing event and actually get these sort of communities that we know of, and we certainly get to see them at like World Championships, and we used to be able to see their in-person events and stuff when, you know, X-Wing was, you know, certainly a lot more popular in person. But it's still great to see these guys still played in online. But this is not the only game I'm streaming today, so I'm streaming again in 4 hours, deciding match between Wales and Ireland. Yeah, no, I think a good day. So, turn 5, Raymond is back to being first player, which again could be telling with these 2 Initiative 6 ships on the table. Let's see if this matters. What you say, most predictable Talon coming? I think so, but you'd be slightly worried about where Wedge is, and also where what happened with the first player role. So we did see a K turn from yellow. K-Wing has bumped, but not too fast because it's enemy, so you can take the double focus with Perceptive Co-Pilot. Hard 2 from Sabine, yep, coming round. Be interesting to see where Wedge goes. Like, Wedge could also do the 3 Talon, I guess. But then, I mean, I suppose Luke could also, like, you could see both X-Wings do a Talon as well. Everybody could just do Talon rolls, I guess. Good evening, Gundrek. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. So barrel roll from Sabine. We're going to see a boost in, maybe. Wouldn't get clan training with it boosted, but would still get to spend the K-Wing. So yeah, boosting in. Turning on her ability against the TIE fighters. Red stop there from Kagi. Luke is opening wings and gone for the K-turn. That's a pretty reasonable manoeuvre. So where is Wedge off to? So Wedge has done the 4K. And Vader has said, no thank you very much, I will just 3-bank away. I imagine you probably want to do an Afterburners boost and just get away from get away from the K-Wing. Yep. So boosting away. It's got one force. Just going to do a focus. I think that's probably all you do there. Could have taken a target lock, I guess, for next turn, but I mean, I suppose you can still coordinate. So, Wedge to shoot first. Looks like range 2 into either of the TIE fighters, so might shoot yellow as it hasn't got a token, but there is still Palpatine Force on the table. Hit eyeball blank, so do you spend a K-Wing focus? Or do you maybe save it for Sabine or for the K-Wing itself, I guess? You might need it for defense, because like Kagi's got a shot into Wedge. Nope, spending a focus. 2 hits into yellow. Double evade. The tyranny of 2 agility after Wedge obviously comes in. So Luke has got a couple of range 3 shots. I didn't see who he was going to tag. I don't think he's close enough for the K-Wing. But he's going to spend 2 of his own force. I think this is Kagi. Yep, shield off the shuttle. I guess the K-Wing's got to shoot Vader. So, Kagi is going to take range 2 obstructed into Wedge. 3 on 3. Not great. Going to spend his own force for 2 hits. Hey, all the evades. So we've got a couple of big shots coming up now. Sabine and Asegi, or whatever his name is, the K-Wing. So Sabine's going to take range 1 bullet sings. 2 hits and a crit into the TIE fighter. Gets an evade. So the crit is fuel leak. No one cares. But does get him half points there. So, does the K-Wing then take range 1 out the back? It's got a range 3 shot into Vader with a focus. Yeah, it's going to take range 1 out the back. For hit eyeball blank. Going to spend its last focus. Yep, the Academy dies. So, the other Academy TIE Fighter is going to shoot Sabine at range 2. Sabine has no mods now. TIE Fighter does have a focus token, or he's contemplating range 1. Okay, going to go for range 1. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, spends a focus for 3. Just going to roll 1. No evade, so shields down on the K-Wing. And that's big as well, because there could be some, I guess, shenanigans with regards to getting some target locks from Vader onto the K-Wing. Next turn, so that was turn 5. Both players score a point. Takes us to 14-9. Yeah, I suppose, yeah, if the second Academy was available, that could have been another good shot into the K-Wing, but unfortunately not quite to be. So, what's Kagi going to do now? Is Kagi going to try and go forwards? I think Kagi moves before... Oh, sorry, Kagi moves after, doesn't he? After the K-Wing. So the K-Wing's not going to be there. I think Sabine moves at the same time as the K-Wing. So I think you want to try and block Kagi here, because if Kagi gets the coordinate off, that could be painful for some. If Vader can get the target lock, maybe. But yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Just a reminder that we do giveaways on the channel. I'll just flip it over. Oh, my face cam's off on the other one. But yeah, well, yeah, so we are 12 subs away from the next sub goal. So if you want to help support the channel and what I'm doing, any subs are greatly appreciated. Equally, we are doing a funding goal, which is helping in-person streaming. I've got 6 pairs of the Marble Worlds 2024 dice and a metal gonk bottle opener. So when we hit that funding goal, we're about $94 away from the next from that funding goal, but we'll raffle off that prize to one lucky person. But yeah, subs are great. If you've got Prime subs, they're free for you, so do feel free to chuck them back my way. It's always greatly appreciated. I need to have a look at why the music keeps turning itself off each time I change scene. See if there's a way I can streamline that, but yeah. Exclamation mark tip is the funding goal if anybody wants to help support the channel. Where was I? We're going to turn 6 now, aren't we? So Philippines still leading by 5 points. Although a couple of ships are not looking great. So Luke did recharge a shield. Potentially, I guess, could recharge another shield. But I think, did he ever, was it a fuel leak on Luke? Yeah, fuel leak. So, yeah, could be a bit of an issue. I wonder, does the hard 3 for Vader fit around that rock? I think it does. That could be an interesting manoeuvre, but move the camera over a bit closer and just try and bring it in. So a bump from Red TIE Fighter. What did he try and do? Just tried to do the one turn. Okay. So maybe looking to try and block Sabine, I guess, as well. K-Wing sits in the middle. And Sabine blocked as well, but Sabine can do a red focus there. Sabine's lock is currently on Kagi. Don't think Vader has a lock out there at the moment. So, Kagi counts as a friendly bump. Does not overlap that gas cloud somehow. No damage coming in. Might be range 2 into Sabine as well, which is good for Kagi. 1 forward from Luke. Clears the stress. Do you fix a fuel leak or do you go for another shield? Oh no, looking for a target lock. But surely Kagi just going to take this target lock. So, declared the action anyway, so he's just going to lock Kagi. Just going to lock Kagi anyway because he's just realised probably. But, yeah. Never mind. Wedge has closed his wings. Banks away. Possibly didn't expect the TIE Fighter just to do the slow manoeuvre there and stay in front, because yes, you can boost Wedge, but I don't think you can boost anywhere. You can go to range 2, but you're not shooting with Wedge. Looks like we're pausing the time for a second. Pause my clock as well. Wait and see, might have internet connection issues. I'm hosting the table, so I've got pretty stable internet, hopefully. And worst case, I have got the autosave function enabled, so we can reload if we need to. Just double check I'm not going to get any messages from anybody. I think he's just come back in, but possibly... yeah, Wedge's shield just got dragged over. I'll just pop that back for them. So yeah, so he does boost, and I'll restart my timer. Okay, so he did go for the... Oh, nice. So afterburners again. Sorry, afterburners. I reckon he's got a shot into Luke here. He didn't fix fuel leak and didn't get another shield. So, yeah, range 3 shot from Vader in at Luke because Wedge has no shot. So we get force back on him. So fire control system gets a crit, so another crit goes in. Luke's defense dice say... Oof. Spends a force, no damage. Start their time. So yeah, that was pretty big defense roll there from Luke, because if he had a bad roll, then if hit crit and he dies, shield crit he dies, yeah. Ooh, Luke gets hit crit I think into the lambda. One evade, could spend the force to take... Nope, going to take 2 shields on Kagi. Which I think's fine. Kagi then gets to shoot range 3 into Wedge, which I think is good because you give 2 shots into Wedge. Try and get him to spend some focus. 1 hit. Oh, 2 evades. Green dice being very kind to Philippines at the moment. So Sabine probably will take range 2 into Kagi. Does have the target lock and focus. 2 into 1. Blank eyeballs so far. Not sure if he's forgotten his target lock. Reroll both. No, reroll 1. Gets a hit and spends a focus. Spends his own focus. Her own focus. That's 2 damage, so shield and 1 into Kagi. So Kagi's going to take be halved. Philippines up to 16. So now it's the K-Wing, no shot into Vader. So could take range 0 out the front or might take range 1 out the back. So the red TIE fighter is currently undamaged. Oh, range 1 into the TIE fighter. Oh, spend the focus for 3. Let's see some paint. Hey. Spending Pelt Force to take no damage. So then, has he got... No, it's range 2 into Wedge. Just 1. And Wedge gets paint. So just creeping away from Jack a little bit. It's 1 scenario point each. Takes him to 10-17. So half points given up on the shuttle. So not quite half on the TIE for the win. But Luke has also been locked by Vader, so all depends where does Luke go? Does Luke just go forwards? Can Vader... Not sure if Vader can 3-bank right, chase after Wedge. I mean, the red TIE fighter might be able to do the hard 2 to the right. But I guess you also want to make sure that you've got something around the centre. Certainly looking very close to... very close for a Philippines win at the moment, but we'll see what Jack can pull out in turn 7. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, Luke could just 4 straight. I mean, he might hit Kagi. I mean, I don't know what Kagi does, because you don't want to... I'm not sure if he overlaps that. I mean, surely he overlaps the gas cloud if he doesn't clear it. But I think the K-Wing might be staying there, though. I mean, the K-Wing could turn away, but, you know, where do you go that maybe doesn't go through a rock? Because if the K-Wing hits a rock, maybe hard 2 left, probably does hit a rock still. If the K-Wing hits a rock, that could give up half points. Where are we at? 6-3, so it needs to be 9, so it needs to be 5, so it needs to take 2 damage to give up. It's only 2 points, I guess, for half of the K-Wing. I guess it also depends whether or not it gets to get its focus actions. I mean, Wedge is stressed, Sabine is stressed. Sabine's not that fussed by the stress, I guess, but Wedge being stressed might affect certain manoeuvres. There's every chance Kagi could probably do like a go after Wedge, I guess.
Hey, hey.
Libo, thank you very much for the sub. Yeah. Yeah, can Vader kill his son, or will we see it the other way? Because the other thing Vader could do is like a 5k or something, or 4k, wherever it is. Jack is first player. So we got a clan training target lock going off into Kagi from Sabine. 2 bank from Red. Barrel rolling left, probably expecting Luke to do a forwards manoeuvre. So I suspect as Vader just done a 1 forwards here, probably. Okay, K-Wing is going to stay where it is. So maybe Sabine's done like a 4 forwards. I think that's blue with the Rebel A-Wings. To clear the stress, but be range 1 of Kagi. Oh. Ah, it's gone the other way. Interesting. I was surprised with the target lock into Kagi, but I guess with Kagi's ability to do it anyway, but he's blocked by the red, so that could be real problems for Luke, depending how quickly he's gone. A friendly bump for Kagi, but doesn't overlap the obstacle again, so takes a damage. It's either that or Luke's done like a hard 2 towards Vader, I guess. Which is entirely possible. So Kagi took another damage. Luke is closing wings. Does the 1 bang, so is going to boost towards Vader, I guess. Yep. Well played, that's a nice manoeuvre. And yeah, 1 straight from Vader gets blocked by Luke. And then Wedge 2 bank. Only really worried about Kagi, so takes a focus. I mean, there's every chance. I mean, Could kill Vader with a range 0 shot, but we'll see. So I think Vader's going to take range 0 into Luke for nothing. So I suspect Luke's range 0 back. Nothing. I was expecting the 2 hits there or something. Kagi shoots next, has Wedge at range 3, so probably has to take that shot. Could go range 0 into the K-Wing, but, I mean, do you just punt it at Wedge? Because if you can get 1 damage through, that gives up half points. Okay, going to go range 1 into Sabine. I mean, I think that gives 3 in her ability. Oh no, going to go range 0 into the K-Wing. Probably the easier half points. Gets hit crit. War blanks. That does give up half points on the K-Wing. And the crit is console fire. So 2 damage and a console fire. So I guess the K-Wing's only got 1 shot back. Oh no, could shoot the TIE Fighter out the back at range 2. Might do that with... Ooh. Was it range 1 into the TIE Fighter? It is range 1 into the TIE Fighter. Spends a focus for 2. Evade and eyeball. Spends Palp Force for 2 evades. And then Sabine, range 1, I guess, same target. No, nothing to worry about. So, end of turn 7, both players score a point. So Jack managed to get a couple more there, just able to keep limping towards obviously trying to get the win and close the point. So turn 8 we're going into now. So you can't do the Talon probably with Vader because of that. I mean, I think Wedge and Luke might just be able to escape here. It all depends. Like, does Luke do a hard 2 to the left over the top of Vader? But then you got to be careful if Vader does a K-turn there, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised if the red TIE Fighter just does like a hard 1 left. Don't think that blocks Vader. Might get in Sabine's way a little. Wedge is probably fairly safe. Could just do like a hard 2, maybe Talon. Kagi. Probably safe to do a 1 forwards there, I'd imagine. 1 forwards and maybe be able to coordinate. Yeah, I think I think K-turn with Vader at this point of the game, Jack may just have to risk it. Yes, Sabine could assume Vader's going to K-turn and maybe just do a 2 forwards. Vader has no charges of afterburners left, so I need to update that. I mean, Luke does also, I think, have could chopper another shield back, which is not a terrible idea as well. I'd be slightly concerned that obviously Luke's got a fuel leak. Because if Vader gets like a damage in, then that's going to be a crit. Jack is still first player. K-turn from Red. So probably not going to see a K-turn from Vader then. Because I think that occupies roughly the same space. 1 forwards from the K-Wing, just occupying space, taking the focus tokens. Sabine hard 2 in. I mean, 1 forward from Kagi works as well. As long as you weren't banking on being able to do a coordinate, I think that's okay. You're slightly wary, though, obviously, Vader's going on. Oh no, Luke is flipping his wings to attack mode. So has he done the hard 2 left? No, he's turning away. So he's choppering a shield back on. Which, again, is fine. I think that works. Vader did a 3 bank to the right. And is going to lock, I think, the K-wing. Okay. Well, I suppose, you have got a turn here. Just to see what Wedge has done. So Wedge is flipping his wing. So is he? Yeah, so Wedge has done the Talon. So he's obviously going to try and go after range 3 into Vader. Vader first up has got range 1 into the K-wing. 2 hits so far, so gonna turn 1 to a crit, spend the lock, and yeah, could just spends his own force to make it 3 and a crit. K-wing dies. So can Wedge kill Vader? This is getting very close. This might be the last turn unless they hurry up as well. Not many more shots to come, I guess. So range 3 from Wedge into Vader, 3 on 3. Oh, all paint, can spend a focus token from the K-wing, so Vader needs all paint and defense. Just an absolute horrible mess of a blank out. I don't think that really mattered. Whatever Jack rolled there was not going to work. And I think time-wise, I think he probably times out. And yeah, unless Kagi somehow gets a miracle shot here. 2 hits. So it does push 1 through. We just get half on Wedge. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Unless the Academy got half on Sabine. And yeah, because unless they hurry up, but no. So yeah, that is time. Well, there's yeah, pretty much that's it anyway. So 1 point each on that. So yeah, if Vader hadn't died there, it would be 18-19. Maybe there's another turn, and I guess Wedge is not in a great place, but it doesn't matter. Game's over. Congratulations to the Philippines. So that ties us up at 2 games all, with 3 to play. So we have Tom Candlin is playing tomorrow. Let me see if I can bring up who's playing what. So Tom Candlin is playing their Empire player, who is he says trying to find it. So Atlas. So Tom Candlin's playing on Saturday, and then on Sunday we have the bestest boy Liam Baker's playing their FO. So what's their FO? Their FO. Where's Liam? Oh, maybe I didn't tag. I think Ron's their FO. And then Ollie is at 2 o'clock on Sunday, I think, in the afternoon. So I am going to probably stream a double header on Sunday between with Ollie's game and Liam's game. So Ollie's got their captain Tigris. So if you want to watch some more X-Wing and see if England can make it through the first round to play France, or if Philippines can, but obviously I'm rooting for England, join us again over the weekend and we'll see we have some more games. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed the stream. Like I say, if you do want to help support the channel, so I have got ongoing costs now, so I am dual streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, so that costs me about £27 a month. So these subs do go towards helping, obviously, pay for. Oh dear, Jack. Well, yes, if you can't roll paint on defence, you don't deserve to play it now. I mean, it would have been really interesting to see if it carried on, because I think you just had enough time for another turn, and it would have been 19. No, unlucky. Well.
Hey, hey.
Well, we'll chat on the England forums shortly. I'm just going to sign off the stream and then call it a day. But, oh, Paul, thank you very much for the sub. But yeah, like I say, if you want to support the channel, and obviously I'm going to try and get back to do some more in-person streams, ! tip also helps, and obviously there'll be giveaways as of when we do stuff. So 10 more subs and we'll do another giveaway. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.